you guys. For Thursday's lesson, what we're doing is we're looking at the story we read, A Picnic in October. And we're going to look closely at one page and one part of the story. And we're going to see how does this part of the story that they share with us really connect to the theme, the message that the story was trying to say about the Statue of Liberty. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the page where the family was having their picnic on Liberty Island, and they had to block the wind from the candles so that Grandma could blow out the candles on the cake, because remember, this is very special to Grandma. She's the one who really wanted the tradition going every year of the family having a picnic in honor of the Statue of Liberty's birthday. So after they finish blowing out the candles, Dad refills all their cups. Remember, they had that cold drink, some kind of soda. I can't remember what it is right now. And Grandma kind of tells why this day is so important to her at this point. And I'm just going to reread that part of the story where Grandma, remember, she's the one in the dark emerald jacket right there, is telling the story about what makes this tradition that she started in her family so important. When I came from the old country, Grandma says, I came out here and I said, "Thank you, Lady Liberty. Thank you for taking me in." I spoke in Italian, of course, but she understands all languages. This is America, and I am here, and I am a part of it, I thought. She says this every time. Grandma thinks the statue is such a big deal. Grandpa leads us in the happy birthday song to Lady Liberty, and then Grandma begins to recite the famous words. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. There's more. Okay, I'm going to show you that picture. That was that part of the story. And what I'm going to tell you is that the Statue of Liberty is one of our national monuments, a really important place and building that makes us remember our history of being Americans and where our country has come from and our basic beliefs. And so that poem that Grandma was reciting in the story that was in our text, A Picnic in October, it says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. That's a famous poem. A woman who was an author wrote this poem. It actually has more words to it. They didn't read all of it in the story. They read what they felt was the most important part that has to do with their story. The author actually wrote that poem in order to help raise money to build the really strong base that the Statue of Liberty stands on, because the Statue of Liberty is on an island, but it's over 300 feet tall. And so they had to build a really strong base so that she wouldn't fall down and she would be strong and safe and secure. And so here's a picture for her. This will be our story next week, but this base right here, and on the base is this famous poem that this poet actually wrote, and then they used to help raise money so that they could finish building that and the Statue of Liberty would have a safe place to stand. But why would they put that in our story? I'm going to say the words again that they included in our story. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. Well, I think when they say masses, I think they're thinking of a lot of people. So give me your tired people, your poor people, and people all gathered together, as many as you want. Give me the people yearning to breathe free. Why couldn't people just freely breathe? I just breathe right now. Well, I think that poem is trying to tell us that if you were living in a place and you were poor and you couldn't find a way to make money, that you could come to America and you could find a way to make money and change your life. If you were tired because the place you were living, they had laws that you didn't agree with, and they didn't give you freedoms of your own choice. You didn't have the choice to vote for your leaders. That would be exhausting, never feeling like you had control over the different things, decisions that were being made for you. And so I think that we need to think, why did they put it in this story? And I think they put that poem in the story to really show that I think Tony's grandma was one of those people. When it said she came from the old country of Italy, I think it means that she came from Italy and she needed to leave, and we don't know why. But she must have been feeling like, maybe like that poem said, like she couldn't breathe freely and she needed to look for something else. So she came to America, and now here she is with all of her family, and she's so happy, and she's made this tradition to come back to the Statue of Liberty every year. So I think moving to America changed her life. And I think that tells us a lot about why Tony's grandma has decided to make this tradition and do this every year, and also why the Statue of Liberty is so important to people who come here from other countries, and maybe their reasons are all different, but what they're wanting to do is start another life. And so I think that was really neat how our story that we read this week used a poem that someone else wrote in order for you to make some connections to the characters in our story and the theme of this family who's celebrating their history and where they came from and what they're a part of. And so I think that is really special, and that's a great part of our book. And we always need to be looking at details and trying to make connections and wonder, why are we reading this part? What does it connect us to? And how does it help us understand the theme, the message, or even the characters better? So that's a short little lesson about that part, and it also teaches us a little bit more about the Statue of Liberty, because if you were to ever visit New York and visit the Statue of Liberty, you would see a plaque, which is like a metal plate that's attached to the side of the big base, that has this very special poem that this author wrote when she was trying to get the Statue of Liberty to be put up on Liberty Island. So just another fun thing in our story. And that's it. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.